Hey everyone, good morning. Hey, are you trying to be on every social media channel every day? Are you always wondering what you should post, when you should post, how much you should post? Are you looking for that perfect Instagram photo? Do you spend like an hour trying to get that perfect Instagram photo? Are you overcomplicating your social media marketing? And are you wondering why you're not getting any leads or clients? Because you've been doing it for a full 30, 60, or 90 days. Hey, you guys, grab your coffee and join us for today's edition of Bite-Sized Tips for Busy Entrepreneurs. I'm Mary Fainbrandt, your host, and today I have a special guest, Alicia Shapiro from Aliro Marketing. I'm going to bring Alicia on so she can say good morning to everyone. Hello.
Hi, everybody.
How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing very well. How about you?
I am great. I've had my coffee and my breakfast. I've got you here. We're broadcasting simultaneously on like 5 different platforms and channels. So
Yeah.
I love it. Hey,
And
you
I
guys,
think I was able to do the watch party.
sweet. See, it's all about teamwork and collaboration, right, Alicia?
Yes.
So, you guys, before we get started, you know what I'm going to say. You know that there's someone watching or someone that needs to be watching this show. You know, you have a colleague, a client, or a friend that is really frustrated with their social media marketing. So, just hit that little share button right now. Hit the share button, start a watch party, and just share this message out because we're going to get down and dirty and go over 3 tips that you need to know on how to uncomplicate your social media marketing, right?
Yes.
But before we get started, you guys know that I always like to share where I meet my guests from. I don't just, randomly pick people off the street or online. Well, most of the time. So Alicia and I, we were talking about where did we meet? Usually it's like on LinkedIn or online, but we actually met through a mutual friend, Liz Cortez. So Liz, hi.
Hey, Liz.
Thanks for introducing us. It's all about connecting people together. And
Yep.
so she connected us. Liz and I met at our Seawind group, and then she connected Alicia and I. And then Alicia and I have hung out at Social Media San Diego Day a couple times.
Yep.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's good to get to know you.
Yeah,
Person.
I know. It's all about taking your online relationships offline.
Yes.
That's something that I do with LinkedIn Local San Diego. And I'm a big proponent of meeting people online and growing your professional network. But then you guys, you got to take it to that next step and have a Zoom call, go for coffee, go to a conference together.
It's
So
fun.
you guys, right? And you guys, for anyone who's watching the replay, just do hashtag replay. Let us know that you're watching the replay. And Alicia and I promise to go back in and engage with you guys and answer the comments. So Alicia, I'm hearing a little, not feedback, but noise from your microphone. You have an outstanding microphone.
Let me put it
So
away.
every time you move, I hear that. And let's see. Gotta love technology.
I put it a little further away. Can you still hear me?
Yes, I can. You want to push
Okay.
it? Maybe you want to push it a little farther away.
Okay.
It's a very strong microphone.
Yeah, I guess so. Okay. How about that?
Yeah, I can still hear you. We'll see how that goes. You guys, I'm going to be watching for comments in a couple places. So if you see me look away, it's because I am trying to watch comments over on LinkedIn and comments over on our Facebook page. So let's see. Yeah. So we will get to your questions. But, this is what we're going to cover today. You guys know me. We're going to go over 3 tips in this 30-minute live show. So first, don't overcomplicate your social media marketing. The second topic is know that you won't see overnight success. There is no truth in the I went from $0 to $10,000 overnight or in a month. It just doesn't happen, folks. It's hard work and consistency. And the third thing is Alicia's going to be talking about how to use other accounts as examples, but don't copy them because that's being fraudulent, right? So we're going to talk about those things. But before we get started, Alicia, why don't you tell the audience a little bit about your background and how you started your company and why you started it?
Sure. So, I guess it started way back. Back in 1998. when I was much younger, I lived in Illinois and I worked at a specialty chocolate store, kind of like C's Candies, if you guys are familiar with that. And it was called Fannie Mae Candies. And the store was going to be closed. Wasn't doing well. And I asked if I could be the store manager because I'd always been like an assistant manager, but never a store manager. So I was like, "Can I be a store manager, please?" They're like, "Yeah, we don't care. We're going to shut it down anyways." So I'm like, "All right, great." Well, I get over there and I found out that all the employees were stealing from the company, not just money, but the candy as well. We were kind of in a dead, dying strip mall, wasn't a good location, and it just was lots of things. So they were able to let me, they fired all the employees that were stealing. They let me hire my own staff. And um, we decided to do some senior mall walking bingo game sponsorship. And again, the store was going to be closed, so they didn't give me any budget to do any marketing or advertising. So I just took the 4-piece sample box that we were allowed to give away, and I used that as bingo prizes for the senior bingo events, and that drew people in. And then we were about a mile and a half from the University of Illinois campus, so I went there and I hung up flyers all over campus, letting people know we have a chocolate store right here. And this was before social media, so had to do stuff the old school way. And within 6 months' time, my store was #1 in the region. And I was there for 3 years, and we were always in the top 10 stores in our region in sales. So I attributed that to just, good marketing techniques. I moved to California and got a job at a bank, and I really loved it. And I wanted to go into the bank marketing department. Well, guess what? The real estate market crashed and nobody was hiring, and the bank consolidated their marketing up in San Francisco. So that was not going to work out. But I really wanted to do marketing, and social media was just taking off. And I'm like, I've really got to get into this social media while it's still good. And so I just decided to quit my job and go for it. And I started my own social media company right in the middle of the recession. And it started taking off.
That's usually, well, I guess if it's a recession and you're like, hey, I'm not going to get hired anyways, that might be the optimum time to start your own business.
Yeah, I was like, no one's hiring. Let me hire myself. I know I can do it.
I like it. I like your tenacity. Well, thanks for giving the audience a little background. For your company, so you do social media management for other brands and other businesses. What are the 2 prominent platforms that you do that for? Is it all platforms, or usually there's a couple that are more prominent?
Yeah, Facebook and Instagram for me are the more prominent platforms. I can help with some posting with LinkedIn and Twitter and Pinterest, but I really like to specialize on Facebook and Instagram.
I like people who specialize because I don't believe that you can be an expert on all those platforms. Things change too fast.
Yeah,
how can you keep on top of all that?
It's so hard just with Facebook and Instagram.
Right? Exactly. Well, thanks for sharing all that. We have a few people joining. I've got Tim from the Tim and Jim show. Can't wait to see those guys. And then we've got Evie and Amy over on Facebook. You guys go ahead, give us some hearts, give us some likes. Let us know that you're watching and ask your questions here so we can answer those live right now. So let's dive in to, I feel like the biggest topic ever is overcomplicating our social media marketing. So we're overthinking it. We're getting frustrated. We're overwhelmed. I know when I first started, I thought I had to be on every platform every day. And I would get up and I would tell my husband, oh my gosh, I have to post. What am I going to post today? I got to go on Twitter and blah, blah, blah. And then I got Buffer. There's a lot of tools out there that can help us. And for those that know me, Agora Pulse is a godsend. It is seriously the best social media marketing scheduler tool for me. I love it. And I know a lot of my friends use it because I can post to multiple platforms. I get the reports and I can get to inbox 0, right? Because you can answer and do all your commenting on all the platforms right there. You don't have to sign into every platform. So besides that, tell us how you can help people simplify their social media marketing? What tips do you have for someone getting started?
Yeah. So it's kind of like the old saying, to get started, you simply have to get started. And the biggest issue that I see business owners having to deal with is they want the perfect photo. They want everything to look so perfect. They want it manicured, they want the exact message to be perfect and everything. And but if you're just starting out, or if you've taken like a couple of years off and you're trying to get back into your social media, you're going to be rusty. You're not going to know how to do everything perfectly right away. So give yourself a break. Yeah, it's okay to, do what you can at first and learn and grow and develop that way. So try not to stress out about it. Try not to overthink it. The biggest thing I tell people when trying to create content and figuring out what you're wanting to post is not what you want to post. It's what your audience wants to see. It's what they need. So if you can put yourself in your customer's shoes and think like them for a second, and what are their challenges that they're facing, what would they want to know about your business or your product or your service, that's the kind of content to post. So if it kind of helps out that way, actually, because you don't have to come up with the perfect post all the time. You just go, hey, someone wants to know when the best time to post on social media is. So that's what I'm going to do a post about. And it's actually takes a lot of pressure off your shoulders when you can do that. So think like your customer and give yourself a break. And that's the big issue right there.
I love that. Something that I learned is because, yeah, I always want to post what I want to post, right? Because why doesn't everybody thinks that way, you guys? But you're right. We need to post what our clients want to be reading and learning about. And one of the easiest things for me that I learned is, what are the top 3 questions you get asked?
Yes.
Answer those and do it. You can do a live video answering 3 questions, or just do a live video answering 1 question that you get asked. It doesn't have to be a 30-minute show. It should be a 3-minute video. Then make a graphic or image and make that a blog. Yes. So answering that 1 question can turn into 3 pieces of content. The other thing, we were talking right before the show about something that you're going to share at the end of the show that I'm super excited that everybody watching has a chance to get. Alicia's new freebie that she created literally yesterday for you guys. We were talking about, being consistent, and you can post the same thing. And we've got Yvonne Hyman is watching us. Evie, hi Evie, thanks for joining. Because I see Evie post the same post, but it's because she's trying, you want to be consistent and you want the same message out there. So like I have bite-sized tip Tuesday. So every Tuesday it's a tip. But I see Evie posting like her YouTube, like how to use Agorapulse or her Gmail series. So I see that come up every month. And you know what that makes me do is like, oh, this must be something I really need to read.
Yes. Well, that's called evergreen content. And you definitely want to share your evergreen content more than once, because you spent so much time and energy and perhaps money and resources to create this. You don't want to just post it once and go, well, I'm done.
And I think that's what most people think is like, one and done, I can't repost that. So what I'm learning this year, like I've really worked on repurposing my videos, my blogs, but I need more evergreen content.
Yeah.
So can you explain to the audience what like a typical evergreen content is, or not everyone might know what that term means?
Yeah. So evergreen content really means content that never goes out of style. It's still relevant. In other words, it's still relevant whether you created it a year ago or 3 months ago. It's still relevant to your audience. Your audience is still going to find that valuable. It could be a blog post, could be a video, whatever it is. Or it could. I was going to say an article, but not really. That kind of does. A blog post or video is usually what it is, or a graphic that you've created that goes along with something. But even these tips that we were just talking about, these Tuesday tips or whatever it is that you decide to create, you create a video and then perhaps it's still relevant. These video tips that you just did are still relevant. So you can share that again, maybe in 2-3 months time, recycle it and use it again because it's still relevant to your audience.
Yeah. And one thing that, to get out of my own head, just because I know what's going on LinkedIn, which you guys know that's my favorite platform.
Yep.
And I know about the new features. And I've been introducing the scan QR code every time we have a LinkedIn local San Diego event. I'm still amazed at how many people don't know about that. So just because you guys know something, that doesn't, and just because you've shared it once or twice with your audience, that doesn't mean that everybody in your audience knows it. And those that do know it might have forgotten about it.
Exactly.
So it's okay to share, like you're saying, evergreen or using, sharing the same tip. So I'm sharing this tip every time we have a live event because so many people need it. So we have some, what are the chances you see the first post or the second or the third? And what are the chances you'll click on the first time you saw it? Got to keep the goodies in front of you. Absolutely. Exactly. That is a great tip. Like, I don't know what the percentage is of someone seeing your post on Facebook or LinkedIn, right? What is that percentage that they're actually going to see it the first time?
Well, especially with how the algorithms work, on Facebook, especially the people who are seeing and engaging with your content are already seeing and engaging in your content. To get it in front of new people, that's the challenge. And so, yeah, you have 500,000 more, maybe more followers on Facebook, but maybe only 10 of them are seeing the post. But if you can get enough engagement on it, you'll have a better chance to get your post seen by more people.
I'm so going to get into the evergreen content this year. It's like priority for Q2. So over on LinkedIn, Betsy joined us also, and she said, good point. What is the best time to post on social media? Boy, that's a loaded question.
There we go. I would say definitely look at your page's analytical data first, because that tells you when your followers are on that platform. And it's the best time to post when the majority of your followers are online at that time, because it just increases the chances they'll see your post. That's what we were just talking about. So double check your analytical data, see if it can follow. I typically, if people don't have any data, like they're just starting out or whatever, I typically like to post right before lunchtime. And here's why. It's a little secret.
Okay.
Well, not really, but
I like secrets. Sure.
I'm telling you guys my little secrets. So I figure, you're at work. You're not really supposed to be on Facebook, but you go because it's 11:45. There's nothing going on. You don't want to start a new project right before lunch. Right. But you got to still look busy so your boss doesn't think you're just sitting there. So you go on Facebook even though you're not supposed to.
Right.
And guess what? Or LinkedIn. And guess what? You're going to probably see the post, because if you post, 11:45 or, right before lunchtime, I don't know. It makes sense to me anyway that most people are going to be checking their pages or right. If they wait until noon, let's say they wait until noon, it's still only 15 minutes. They're probably going to see your post.
That's true.
Right before they get on their lunch break and they go home, they go in their break room and they get on their phones and check Facebook or LinkedIn, and now they're seeing your post.
Or Instagram. So Betsy, that's a loaded question, and I'm gonna chime in there and say it also depends where your audience is. So I've created a global audience, and so I have a lot more. My network is a lot on East Coast. So posting at 6 or 7 in the morning is actually great for me. And then my evening, the videos get watched. So I think this is Evie, because I can't see who this is, but it's got to be Evie. If you use Agora Pulse, it gives you a color-coded calendar that shows you when your audience is engaged with you. I love Agora Pulse for that, because I get a weekly report. And so I'll be like, last week, Thursday at 6 o'clock, it not only tells you the day and the time that was the best, it tells you what content spiked.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, the analytics on Agora Pulse is amazing. But you guys can do that yourself manually. Just go on and see when did you have the most views and the most engagement. Content is king, but engagement is queen, right?
Oh, for sure.
That's Amari Smith.
Yeah, that's from Mari Smith. The engagement is what is going to get your content seen.
Exactly. So we had a couple more people join us over on Facebook. Thank you everyone for joining us. Okay, so it's a complicated question and we have 30 minutes, so we're just diving into each one a little bit, and Alicia is going to share where you can connect with her later. So, if you want to work with her more on getting your social media marketing strategy set up. So let's move on to topic number 2, which is, hey, so I've been posting for 30 days. I don't have a client. I haven't sold a product. What's going on?
Okay, this is like my favorite question because I get this a lot. They're like, well, we've been doing this for a month now. Why aren't I seeing any leads, or why aren't anybody calling me yet? Well, just like in real life, when you meet somebody new, you're not going to be best friends with them even after 30 days, probably, right? Like you need a couple of times where you're hanging out, you're spending quality
I
time.
think we call that dating, right? Like
yeah.
people refer to that like, hey, on the first date, you don't kiss typically. Yeah. My husband and I did, but that's another story. But in the same thing with your audience, right? You've got to warm them up. They need to know who you are. So
yeah. I tell people, I know it's online, but you need to pretend that it's offline and treat people like you would treat them face to face. It's like a cocktail party or a networking group that you go to. You're not just going to go up to the first person you see and say, hi, my name's Alicia. I'm from Aliro Marketing. I do social media management. Would you like me to do your social media management? I have all these kinds of benefits and you're going to save so much time if you do business with me, and blah, 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 blah. And guess what? Hello to them, and you haven't even asked them what they're about. You know what I mean? So you can't just send your messages out there and expect people to flock to you. You need to develop these online relationships first, and that takes time, just like in real life.
It's the know, like, trust factor.
Yep.
Right? They want to do the research. They want to get to know who you are. So you can be posting for 30, 60, 90 days on social media on any platform. You're just getting your name out there. It took me a couple years to get to where I'm at. It didn't happen overnight. No. I'm not that person's like, started this. Man, it has been the bomb from day one. I just started posting, getting clients. It doesn't work that way, folks.
No.
It's about being consistent, and it's about providing value. So, start now, and by next year, you're going to have that audience, that network. It takes time. So
just manage your expectations a little better, just realize that.
And it doesn't mean that you won't have a client in that first 30. I worked with a client on her LinkedIn game and her content strategy, and she landed her first client within 3 weeks of working with me.
Wow,
but she was also very dedicated. She was just very dedicated, and we had some strong copy for her, copywriting. Nice. So Liz joined us. Yeah, kissing on the first date was spicy. It was hilarious. Liz, I'll tell you that story when we go to lunch. Okay, so let's move on to our third topic, which I really love this one. Use other accounts as examples, but don't copy them. I get a lot of inspiration from people on social media, like my girl, Stephanie Liu. Yvonne Hyman, Jen's Trends. There's a lot, Kendra, Amy. There are a lot of people that I really look up to. And Stephanie Liu's the whole reason I even have this show. Nice. Because I was watching her and I was like, who's that cute girl? And that she was her head was in the desktop, the iMac. I was like, who's that cute girl? And she had short hair. I literally stalked her for like 3 months online because I was like, how's she doing that? That's so cool. Right. And I stalked her online, and then we finally met. And a year later, she's like, why don't you have a show? I'm like, So I want to be like her as far as I want to present myself professionally, yet authentically. I want to have a fun and informative show with wonderful guests, but I don't want to copy her show.
Right. You don't want to become a second Stephanie Liu, in other words. Yeah, exactly.
And I couldn't.
Right. Yeah. She's definitely unique and one of a kind, and that's what makes her special, and that's awesome. Oops, I popped my computer. But yeah, I mean, so look at other accounts, because I know another thing that business owners get discouraged with is, well, I don't have any graphics. I don't have any design. knowledge. I don't know how to make eye-catching graphics, and no one's going to look at my stuff. But don't think that way,
Right.
Be a little bit more confident in your work, and again, it's take some of the pressure off yourself. At first, you're not going to be all that great, but it's going to get better, and it's going to get easier once you
You've
get in
got
that
room
habit.
for improvement.
Yes.
And we all have room for improvement wherever we're at in our business.
Oh,
I
for
have
sure.
tons of room for improvement.
Huh. Me too.
A lot of room. So yeah, don't kick yourself down. And I just want to say that I think women tend to be harder on ourselves.
It's for sure.
We compare ourselves, our hair. Desiree Martinez started a group, Women of YouTube, and we were talking about what stops us from going on YouTube: our looks, our hair, our makeup, our weight. Do I look smart? Do I sound smart enough? And I guarantee you, men aren't saying that. So women, a shout out to you. You're perfect just the way you are. Yep. Get it, get on there, go live, put your content out, put your pretty face out there, because we want to do business with people like us. We want to do business with people that are real and authentic. I don't want to do business with someone who looks perfect online.
Right. I mean, it's like, I'll never attain that. Well, don't think that way. Just start where you are, and you're going to learn and grow as you go along, and you're going to get better. So don't worry about it.
And so I know this is Evie over here. So, graphics. You talked about graphics. And when you're starting off, hiring a graphic designer can be pricey. There are some great tools to help you. Now, we all know Canva, but I want to introduce you guys to Easel. Have you heard about Easel?
I have heard it. I have not used it, but I have heard about it.
Okay. Easel, the customer service is top notch. It's like Ritz-Carlton. Yes. If you were to compare it, it'd be like Ritz-Carlton customer service. Annette is amazing and her team. And I really want to encourage our viewers today to go give Easel a try. It's definitely the new graphic platform that I'm going to be using with my team to start creating some great graphics. I had an account. I created like 3 or 4, and then I kind of forgot about it because I want to say that we get so set in our ways with the tools that we're using, right? And it's nice because we know them. But what if there was a tool that was out there that's similar to Canva, has better customer service, has better graphics? Wouldn't it be worth a try?
Yes, for sure. I might even go look at it. I got to go look at it right now.
You should go look at it right now and connect with Annette McDonald over on LinkedIn. Tell her I sent you, okay?
Annette. Okay.
Yeah, great. She's fabulous. So, so I tell people, like, when we're working on LinkedIn profiles, we do deep dives, who do they serve? What's their clients? What's the services? What's the benefit? But we'll look at other people and get inspiration from other profiles. Like, hey, that's a key word that we should have in your profile. So we look to get inspiration from other profiles online, and we see what other people are doing. There's a lot of people doing great stuff out there, but then own it and make it your own, right?
Yeah, definitely make it your own. It's, it's great to see these other, accounts and get that for inspiration. It's kind of, again, bouncing off ideas in real life with your friends, right? You're just, hey, I kind of want to do this, but I don't know what's out there. Do you know of anything? And then you go doing a search, and then you're like, this person's got it. And so you kind of look what they're doing, and then you can make it your own.
Right. Absolutely. Well, thanks for joining us today. This has been great bite-sized tips for our audience. And you know what? So we're coming to the end of the show. Alicia and I promise to go back. We've got a lot of comments going on. So we're going to go back and answer those comments, say thank you for joining us, and see how we can support you in this journey of entrepreneurship here. But before we go, Alicia, I know that you worked really hard on something for our audience viewers today.
Yes.
Do you want to go ahead and share what it is and how they can get it?
Yes, I'm so excited. One of the things I've been asked about a lot is I just don't know where to start in terms of content. How do I find content? How do I create content? I don't even know what to post. So I created a 60-day content calendar for your social media posts. Now, this doesn't include blogs or anything like that, just social media posts. It's a 60-day social media post calendar. It includes holidays, regular evergreen posts that you can reuse, and just some ideas that maybe you haven't thought of. It also talks about not posting all of your own stuff, but also sharing the love. So we have spaces where you're sharing other people's posts to give them a shout out, or maybe you just find it a good fit for your audience. And so this all accounts for it, because some of the content calendars that I've seen out there, they're like just motivational quotes, or oh, which do you like best, A or B? And yes, that gets engagement, but that really doesn't really help your followers that much. And this content calendar, I believe, will give you some great ideas to create some content specific to your business that will help spark the conversation and get engagement for you. And it's a 60-day calendar I'm giving away. So guess what? All you have to do, I just created it yesterday, so I don't have it on my website yet, but all you have to do is put in the comments content calendar, and I'm going to message you on Messenger, and I'll get it through to you that way. So
on Messenger or LinkedIn
or
YouTube.
Or
Remember, we're multi-streaming here, girl. This is 2020. We're like on every platform.
We will double check so we don't miss anybody.
Yeah.
But comment content calendar, and I'll message you, and we'll get that out to you.
That's fabulous. Thank you so much. I love that my guests on the show always want to provide a freebie, something that's, in line with what we're doing here. So thank you so much. And thank you for your time this morning. It's always a joy to get with you. And I'm sure I'm going to see you at a networking event soon. I'm sure in the next couple months here. So that'll be good. Lisa, that's good to share other people's posts. I see people do that in stories, and then I end up following who they talk about, but I rarely do this myself. Yeah, I'm not very good on Instagram. You guys know that, but if you tag me in a post, I'll definitely share it. Mary Rose does that for LinkedIn Local San Diego. I think Instagram is probably a platform I might look into more heavily later, not this year. Yeah. So if you guys want to connect with me, you know where I'm at. LinkedIn, send me an email. If we're not connected, tell me you saw the show and we'll get connected. Alicia, where do you want people to connect with you?
I'm always on Facebook or Instagram. So that's probably the two best platforms. And my pages are just Aliro Marketing, and it's ALIRO Marketing.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, guys, so I just want to say thank you again. Oh, Stephanie, Lou, and Donna joined us. Thank you, guys. So this is the end of the show. Alicia shared some fabulous tips with us on how to uncomplicate your social media marketing. And you guys, I want to let you know that tomorrow we have a bonus episode of Bite-Sized Tips for Busy Entrepreneurs. It's with Isaac Anderson, another LinkedIn expert trainer. I love Isaac. We met online at an online summit, and I was like, Isaac, you and I just need to get on and do a shop talk. We're just going to be talking about LinkedIn, the features that we love, our wish list, and tools that we use in our businesses to help us stay organized and scale. It is going to be off the charts, I promise you. So that's tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and we'll be live broadcasting, streaming on all these channels again. So pick your platform and stay tuned for that. And you guys, finally, what else do I have for you? I'm going to show you. Let's see. Here we go. For my job seekers, if you want to know how to stand out on LinkedIn so employers can find you, I have created the ultimate job seekers guide to finding your new job. And you can jump in at a very low introductory price for this 6-week course that is guaranteed to get you ready to execute a fabulous and successful job search. So Alicia, I'm bringing you back. This is where we say goodbye. Have a great day. Happy hump day, as someone said. Thank you, guys, and have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. You don't want to miss that broadcast either.